What's going on, guys? Just wrapped up the podcast. Mikhail and I just finished that up. It was a good one, like 54 minutes. Right now, though, we are working on getting the DTF printers started up for today, Monday morning. Let's get going, guys. We have a busy day coming up from the orders that came in this morning and the orders that came in over the weekend. This weekend was actually rather light, but we just had some huge orders come in this morning from our Plus customers. And those of you guys who are new, you know, or you don't know, I should say, that all of the orders that get placed before 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on amstransfers.com, they got to get printed and shipped the same day in order to meet our turnaround time that we are telling our customers. So we got the orders downloaded, we have them queued up and ripped, so we just have to get the DTF printers up and going, attach the film from the dryer and up to the DTF printers, run some head cleanings, see what the status of the nozzles are from the weekend. Typically when we come in on the weekend, they're a little bit more troublesome, but fingers crossed we are all good. The humidity when we came in this morning was at 71%, so that is a great relative humidity to have in the warehouse to get started. But we've lollygagged enough this morning getting that podcast filmed. Let's get the film loaded up on these DTF printers, start running some nozzle checks, and get them going for today. First things first, though, gotta just do a little bit of cleanup. Got some drip drops from the oil, some little pieces of paper, and powder on the dryer, some more drip drops, but nothing too bad. Just gotta clean that up, take the trash out. We'll be good to go here pretty soon. So what I'm also going to do is take this brush and go inside of the powder chamber for the dryer and wipe off where the sensor actually hits. So I could show you because it's quite difficult to explain, but right there, if you guys can see, that dome sensor fires like an infrared beam across there where you can see where it's kind of clean and it's more dirtier there. I can really not show this. Hopefully I can like put something on screen and show you guys. But yeah, that is where the beam fires, and then it looks for its reflection back, and if it does not see the reflection, it will increase the film through the dryer. So when the film drops down to cover that sensor, that's how it knows that there is film there and it needs to move it forward in order to keep everything running smoothly. But when powder accumulates on that spot there where the beam fires, it can not see its reflection. It can cause it to not reflect back, and then what does it do? Well, it thinks that that is instead the film. So it moves the film through the dryer. And since it doesn't ever like see its reflection again because it's just getting blocked by the powder being dirty on the dryer, it just keeps going. So if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you might have seen me rush over and stop this and be like, oh my God, I messed up. That's what's going on. So before I do that, before I start connecting the film and getting the DTF printer up and running, I am going to take this brush here. Nice. I am going to take this brush here and just kind of use this to get off any excess powder. Now I'm not sure if I'm getting this for you on the camera or not. I'm kind of a little busy, but I'm just wiping it down so that afterwards looks nice and clean, just like that. Now the powder will start to accumulate again on it, and you might have to do it while the film is connected. That's obviously not the most fun thing to do, but in cases like this, there's really not much you can do when the powder shaker gets all full of powder like this. It does help if you clean it off, but in all reality, it kind of has to do with the static kind of buildup on the actual dryer, and that thing is not fun to deal with. So I'm just going to take the time and get all of the excess powder that is on the inside of this dryer off, and then we can load up the film. Hopefully not run into this problem today. But yeah, I'm just going to take the time now to brush away any excess powder that is on the inside here on the silver parts so that we can hopefully avoid the buildup. Alright guys, a lot of time has passed since I last checked in with you. Got all of the DTF printers up and running. Time is 5:34. I am about to drop these packages off to the UPS store down the street, and then we will have, I think, like 3 or 4 more orders that have to get printed still, and those are going to go FedEx. So I'm going to get these guys dropped off now, and then I will update you guys with what's been going on today. We've had a really busy day so far, but what's new, honestly? Oh, all right, I'll be back. All right, guys, just got back from UPS. Everything was all good. The driver was still there. So let me show you guys a little bit of what we have been working on here. Just go ahead and start to share my screen so you guys can actually see what I'm working with. Or not share my screen. I'll start recording my screen so that you guys can see what I'm working with. Alright, you guys should be seeing what I got going on. So I have been working on getting the Facebook ads for AMS Transfers Plus back up and running. So we took a little bit of a pause on the actual Facebook ads when we when we signed up to go to the Impressions Expo in Fort Worth. That was in October. So since October, we have not been running Facebook ads for AMS Transfers Plus. We've just been working the leads that we actually got from the Impressions Expo. But the sales executive is saying that those leads are starting to run dry. So back to the Facebook ads we go. I have been working on getting all of the creative started set for each of the different ones. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is kind of the basic setup for a Facebook ad. Then you have what they call your ad set, and then you have your actual ads that can be a part of your ad set. So you can have multiple different ad sets in a campaign. You can of course have multiple different campaigns and multiple different ads within an ad set. So there's like 3 different layers to each one, but all you really need to know is that this is the kind of main create your ad page. So when you are creating it, you have to give the ad a name. So I'm going to do the date and then Platinum Plus, just to make it easy to kind of understand. And then you have to associate each of your Facebook ads with a page or person. So I'm going to do the AMS Manufacturing Facebook page and the Instagram. And then here, this is where you kind of can set up your actual ad. So you can create an ad, which is like creating an ad from scratch, use an existing post. So if you have a Facebook post that you did where it did really well, you can use that. Or the Creative Hub mockup, which is basically all of the images that you've uploaded. You can kind of like hodgepodge all of them together. So I'm doing create your ad, and here's where you actually set up your creative. So you can edit all of this, and this is where you actually upload your images, and you can set the text along with each of them and set the crop. So that's kind of what I was just working on before I went to the UPS store, was getting the different crop placements for the actual images. So I got each of the different ones for what they recommend. I started off with the horizontal and made the vertical out of that, and then it was easy to make from the vertical to the square. So that's kind of the way that I went in terms of creating the actual images. But yeah, there's really, I guess you could turn this on if you really wanted to. I don't know, that seems kind of interesting. I'll go ahead and leave that off for right now, but now I actually have to assemble what the text on the ad is going to say. So if I left all of this blank, it would just take the text from the link that I'm trying to actually get people to click on. So that is just the actual title of this page, amstransfers.com, custom screen print, and DTF transfers. But that is obviously not the best that it could be. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up ChatGPT. So again, those of you guys who are not using ChatGPT, you really got to get on it. I know that it can seem kind of intimidating, and you might not even understand how it could be useful. But once you do, I'm telling you, man, you'll never be able to go back. It is one of the best inventions since the smartphone, no joke. So let me just show you guys how I have been using it. So I was talking to, again, I basically use this as another employee, like someone who I can bounce ideas off of, who can help me brainstorm, who can help me come up with new concepts, new ways of thinking, that kind of a thing. It is like an insanely powerful piece of technology. Don't sleep on it. I'm telling you, if you guys would like to see more stuff about like how to use ChatGPT, let me know. I would love to make more content about that. So I was kind of discussing with it the goals that I had for the actual ad. I gave it the landing page that I was going to be using. So I have the landing page here that I created. So I gave ChatGPT access to this landing page, and they were able to pull all of the information from it to kind of help me with the actual ad creative for this Facebook ad. So this is obviously, it could just be a starting point, but I've been refining this with the chat here for a little while, and I'm quite happy with how things have been going here. So I'm honestly just going to put in all of these ones that it has given me and let Facebook choose whichever one is working the best based on their algorithms. So I have these different concepts here from the actual chat, and I was just showing you guys the image concepts, but up here we have our ad copy concepts. So here I told it that I think mentioning outsourcing your DTF transfers could be good, and then I also think that emphasizing the 430 CST cutoff is something that should be mentioned as well. So it said, okay, cool, here's some ad variations incorporating those things, and these are great. Like, I am really happy with these. These are better than what I could have come up with myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy these over. And so that is the primary text. I'm gonna go ahead and get that pasted there. Well, actually, I just realized, so I also have these ad copies up here that I wasn't the most happy with, but I liked the headlines more on these. So for these, I'm gonna do the primary text as these headlines, and then I'm gonna go back down to the ad copies that I was showing you and use those for the headlines on this ad. So I'll go ahead and input these, and I'll be back. I'll speed this up for you. All right, so I got the primary text in there. Facebook says that the primary text is basically for filling in the blanks is kind of how I understand it. So they used to have like a little text thing where it would kind of give you some information about it, but it doesn't want to show up for some reason. So it's basically just like it's going to use this text to fill in any gaps that it creates itself. So it's going to use all of the things that I'm about to input here, these headlines, this primary text, and the description, and it's going to merge them all together to figure out which one works best. And then it'll figure that out and keep on serving that one to its users. So these are kind of just filler words to help it out when it might need it. So let's get started on the headlines. I'm going to go ahead and copy these over and get them pasted for all 5. Okay, cool. So I got the description added that I am going to go with. I thought I could add multiple descriptions, but for some reason it's not letting me. Yeah, that's maybe I can go in and add that later. So now for the call to action, this is where you want to choose any of the ones that they allow. For what I am going to be doing, kind of booking demos with AMS Transfers Plus, I'm going to do request a time. I think that one works well. And then here, kind of the most important part. So this is the destination. This is where you're actually going to be sending the people who click on your ad. So right now I have it set up to the main website, but that's not where I want to send them. I want to actually send them to that landing page that I showed you guys earlier. But I want to also track that these people are coming from this Facebook ad. So what I am actually going to do is build a little bit of a URL. So a little trick that you can do is you can type the URL into whatever you have, and then you can go to the back of it, like the end of it, and type a question mark, and then you can do ref for like reference. So ref equals, and then whatever you want. So this is all just like for you. So you can use it as identifying information that you can go into your analytics on your website and see later where these people are coming from and how they're getting there. Because sometimes it's not always the easiest, and these companies like to obfuscate where the actual lead is coming from. So here it's just really easy. You're building it into the URL, and you can tell like, there's no hiding it. What I'm going to do is Facebook ads 2, 3, 2, and you have to be careful because you can't use like slashes like I wanted to use 2, 3, but I would have to do a dash. So 2, 3, and you could do, again, anything you want. This is called UTM parameters, and you can basically fill them as long as you absolutely want it to, but you don't really want to necessarily make them too long. And again, you can hide this when you're actually doing the Facebook ad, so it doesn't really matter the length, but just, I guess, err on the side. So just give it a test, enter that link in, and make sure that it doesn't change anything, you didn't mess anything up, because again, you can put whatever you want after that ref, and it'll all be fine. So I went ahead and copied that, and now I'm going to paste it in as the website URL. And then this is what I was talking about. You can do the display link where you enter the link that you want to show to the customers on the ad, like the link that they're going to click. A little bit of a trick track that Facebook allows you. And here you can just type in whatever you want. So I'm going to make the link look nice and pretty and just do amstransfers.com. Moving on, you can do any of this if you want to. I'm not going to do any browser add-ons. I want them to fill out the meeting, like to book a time. So this is what I want them to do. I don't want them filling out forms. I don't want them having to do any follow-up with the sales exec. I want all of it to be automated. So I'm going to have them just use this form here. From this form, it'll go. They could choose a time, fill it out, and everything. And they can even choose like different dates and then choose a time, fill it out, and it'll go right onto the sales executive's calendar. So none for that. Tracking, you could select these if you wanted to. You would have to set up app events if you wanted to do the offline events. But yeah, this looks good to me. I'll go ahead and track website events using the pixel that I have on our website. You do need to install that. Let me know if you guys would like to see a video more about that. But that's pretty much it. From here I can just hit publish, and then Facebook has to review all of the ads and make sure that it is up to their standards, whatever you want to call it. And it usually takes a little bit of time, but you should be up and running within like 6 hours. So I'm going to have them approve that, and we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on everything because I want to keep on refining it and refining the text, refining the images, everything like that to optimize it the best we can. So I'll keep you guys updated on the optimizations that we're making if you guys are interested in it. I'm going to show you guys anyways because we got it going on. So there was actually an issue with the Facebook ad, so I wanted to go over it because I think it's pretty important. Let me go ahead and get my screen record going. So it actually had to do with the like tracking of the conversions, basically like tracking what I wanted the users to do so that Facebook could, if people do that, then Facebook will look for more people like that and keep on serving the ad to people like that, rather than if people click off and don't do what I want them to. That's a bad sign to Facebook, and they'll try and reinforce the learning to serve it to better people. Really important stuff, which is again why I wanted to go over it. So this is kind of, again, you have to have your pixel set up on your website for Facebook, and that allows them to basically track everything that happens on your website. So you have to have that installed. You choose that here, and now you have these conversion events. So some things they can track automatically just based on Facebook knowing everything and them being goats, or them being gods and goats, I guess, maybe, depending on who you ask. But these things you don't need to do anything. You can also do custom conversions, which is what I plan to actually do. So now I'm going to create the custom conversion that I'm basically going to tell Facebook what to look for. So you do this based on a number of different ways, but I'm going to, after they complete the meeting sign up, so they book a time slot, I'm going to send them to a specific page, and then I'm going to put that URL in here. So Facebook is going to basically look for the URL amstransfers.com/done, and then, or like meeting done, something specific. And then if The only way that people will basically go to that URL is if they've completed the meeting form and they've signed up for a time slot. So it's a great way to tell Facebook, look, these people actually did do what I want them to do without having to do so much extra like in-app event management. So this is like a super easy way to do it. You can do contains, you can do doesn't contain, and you can track it based on a number of different things, all things that you can set up on your own, for whatever you need. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up now. I don't have them actually going anywhere after they complete the form, but that's just a simple redirect, so I'm going to build that in now. I'll update you guys after I get it done. Alright, cool. I got that thing published. And I'm really glad that I went over that with you guys, because that's like seriously one of the most important things when it comes to actually getting effective use out of your ads, is being able to track your conversions accurately, and more importantly, giving Facebook or Google, whoever it is you're running the ads with, the ability to track those conversions, because they need the reinforcement. They need to know if what they're doing is good or bad in order to get you the most bang for your buck, the most return on your ad spend, all of these things. ROAS, as the guys in the industry call it, we'll say. But I got all of these things done. I'm really happy that I got that done. I spent basically all day Saturday working on getting that landing page fleshed out. I talked to the sales executive about it. She had a couple of changes, but they were nothing big, so I got those made, and we are rolling, man. Excited to get this back on. Excited to really get back on the horse with Facebook ads. I obviously am not happy about giving Facebook money, but at the end of the day, I'm hopeful that it can result in us getting more money out of them, well, out of their users. But anyways, I'm going to see what Michaela needs from me. It's 6:40 right now, so we probably have about 40 more minutes until we can head to UPS. I know that we were grinding here at the end to try and get one of our customer orders out, because it's a time crunch right now. We're at the last minutes to get everything out and printed in time. All right, guys, I had to do some review on garments that the sales executive wants to use for an email blast that we're going to be sending to some of the schools that we are contracted to work with. So I just reviewed all of them, checked the availability of each in the warehouses, all that kind of a thing. Just making sure that everything was good, and made some notes, swapped out a few garments. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good choices and decisions. I think we're good to go on FedEx, so I'm going to get all of these packages loaded up in the car, get them dropped off to FedEx. That's going to do it for Monday, man. Hopefully you got some value from those Facebook ads. I don't know, do you guys run Facebook ads? I know that I've talked about this before, like a couple months ago in my videos, so those of you guys who are new, you might not know or have seen about them, but let me know if down in the comments you guys want to see more of that. You guys are interested in the updates, that kind of a thing. If you have any tips, please, I would love to save some money. All of the more money that I can save from the tips that you guys give me is the less that goes to Zuckerberg and for his like jujitsu, whatever he does in his free time nowadays. I don't even know, man, but yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here. I am rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video. Comment anything that you guys want to see more of, and I'll see you tomorrow. Check this out.